This is the big week, people. This is the big week. The unique one-of-one show. Ufc Noche at the Sphere. And this is actually a really good card, guys. Give me a moment here as we test a few things out. But welcome, bout betters. Hope everyone is having a good week. Good luck to you and your plays. If you come in, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'll try to, we'll do it. Okay, one second. And it is hot out here, and there's still a lot of bugs out here. I gotta get this cigar going. Let me confirm that I got sound as always, people. Test. I don't hear my mic. Let me make sure my mic is on. Yeah, the mic says that I'm on mic. There it is. Okay. Input wireless mic output. Okay, hopefully that is working. Let me test it out here, people. Welcome, bout betters. Welcome. Test. Huh. Test. Test. Oh, I see what's happening. Test. Welcome. Welcome, bout betters. Let me see here. I don't know, my mic doesn't seem to be working that well. Test. Man, there's always welcome, bout betters. Man, this okay, there we go. We're here. We are working, we are live. I don't want it to be that high. I don't know why we didn't see it. Man, yeah, I always have technical difficulties, don't I? Technical challenges is what I should call them. Always little technical challenges. Man, the bugs are out here. Fierce. Well, welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke, where we discuss mixed martial arts, in particular the UFC, and beer and cigars. I have a different type of cigar, not really my cup of tea normally. It's what's called a Corojo, and I'm going to show that to you here, guys, in a moment. Here, welcome, bout betters. Yeah, so, what a card this weekend. UFC Noche at the Sphere in Vegas. Fabulous card, heavy stacked Mexican card pretty much. Man, can we claim? Oh no, actually, O'Malley's like his girl. I thought was Colombian, but today he was talking about like certain Mexican things. So I don't know what his deal is. Oh, whoa! What was that? I hate when. Yeah, I tried some new things here. Boom. Sorry for the blackout there, folks. I'm gonna become. Don't worry, I'm here. Welcome, bout betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. Welcome. Yeah, see the red hat. I'm not really normally feeling the red hat. Not normally a red guy, but man, the bugs out here might almost drive me in. Might almost drive me crazy. Oh yeah, that's where I wanted to be. Yeah, but see, something happened. Whoa! Something happened with my OBS where it's playing right away. You guys don't really care about that shit, but yeah. So today, Let me get this over here. Yeah, so everything comes out. Where my Mac at? Boom, me. Center myself here. Boom. Welcome, bow betters. Yeah, so this is the Rojas Blue Bonnets. We're to smoke this Corojo today. And we might have to, you know, we got enough time. We'll be here for a couple hours. Hopefully, I'll run through these real quick. If there's anybody in the chat, let me pop out the chat here very quickly. Show chat. Boom. Pop out the chat. Welcome, bout betters. Yeah, so let me know if you guys right off the bat, if you guys have a play. But about this Rojas, back to this Rojas, it is an Ecuadorian Corojo. Ecuador is a country, so I don't know if you people knew that. With a Nicaraguan Corojo binder and filler. Corojo is a certain part of the tree, of the tobacco plant. I tend not to like Corojos for myself. They have a little bit more of a peppery character. They tend to be a little spicier, from my experience. It might display some coffee, some sweetness. But what do I smell? I smell some really good, like as always, some good strong earth tones. The creator of this cigar, who's on here, Noel Rojas. Can you see that? I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that. No. There it is. Boom. There's his name on there, right here. This side. Yeah, he's actually from Cuba. So he's got a lot of history in the cigar making world. So it should be a good blend. This was purchased at Norwood Park Rural Cigars, and it was highly recommended to me. So I encourage you guys, test, to investigate the cigar. Let me light this sucker up because there's tons of bugs here. They're all over the place. And maybe once I get this fucking lit, they will cease to be harassing me. But they are everywhere. Everywhere. What do you guys think of some of these lines? We have Raul Rosas Jr. versus Otto Kling. I think he's the biggest favorite on the card, minus 850. Edgar Chiarez versus Josh Van. He's at plus 195. Edgar Chiarez, is that worth a stab, guys? I don't know. Joshua Van's pretty good. I mean, he did fade in that last fight. He didn't really fight that smart, but he was doing rather well into that third round. What about Yazmin Jaurequi? Yazmin Jaurequi. I mean, I can't believe I can't pronounce that properly. That's pretty bad with me. Minus 500 against Ketlan Souza. Ketlan's pretty bad. Manuel Torres is a slight favorite now against Ignacio Bahamondes. Irene Aldana and Norma Dumont is a coin toss right there. Ronaldo Rodrigo is a favorite over Ode Osbourne. Daniel Zellhuber is a good price favorite there at minus 230 against Esteban Ribovics. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes, where Diego Lopes is slight favorites, and Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko and Sugar Shane O'Malley against Merab, the Machine, Davashvili. And some decent numbers on there. There's definitely people that we could attack on the money line all throughout the card, right? And there are even some decent parlay plays here. I haven't looked at a ton of the props. Maybe we'll do a little prop show or something discussing some of the props later this week. But for now, we're going to have this Rosa cigar. I'm going to use this inexpensive V cutter here. Is going to be my my method. Interesting here. Let me see something. Okay, that's why. Interesting here. Yeah, let me play. Boom. Boom. All right. Yeah, there's our first bout right here. CHIWEEWEE. CHIWEEWEE. Man, he's that whole CHIWEEWEE thing has just gotten out of control. Right? Like he's just, you know, it's just taken off for him. And good for him. You know, he's making some money. I'm not gonna hate on the guy. I'm not gonna hate on the guy at all. You know, hopefully he's making a killing. But at minus 850, I'm staying away from this. There's nothing I could do here. Don't put it in a parlay piece. I don't know why people keep doing that stuff. He will end up winning this fight. They really are giving him some give-me's at this point. It's a little V cut. Yeah, see the little PP cut there? Right, little small cut. This is smaller ring gauge. With this, as I mentioned before, with some of these cigars that are a smaller ring gauge that are like under 46, even 42, or this is like a larger Corona, that they considered it a Toro. It is not a Toro, in my opinion. You know, I wanted something, a Toro is going to be in that 48 ring gauge. I don't think this is there, right? And sometimes even a 50 ring gauge, just a bit longer in terms of the Toro's length. We have that here, but has like a Corona Grande. I'm figuring a 46 ring gauge, and in the future I'll like keep I'll probably bring out like a ring gauge thing that I have to measure things. But yeah, we're gonna toast that sucker up. Always just a ring, right? You hear that airplane coming through. Common theme here in Cantina Lopez. But what is there to discuss about this fight? I think it's a no-brainer. There's nothing in terms of action. Let me look really quickly what Rosas Jr. finish line might be and what his submission line might be. I mean, he can do it on the feet too, but he definitely prefers the ground game. Like, he definitely prefers the scramble, and that's sort of like his forte. But he's getting good, and he's training with a lot of different people. I think he was training with Sean O'Malley too, so he's working on his striking. Oh yeah, look at how much better that thing's gotten. It's nice and toasty there. Look at that, toasty center. Lighter is far away. Toasty center, nice toasty center. That's ready to go. Ready to smell a little puff puff. Yeah, I know it's lit. Wow. Very interesting in that it doesn't, right out the gate, doesn't have that strong pepper, and that's good. Little green, that little pastoral character, that's also good. Man, my cigars lately just been on point. Like, really been on point. Like, enjoying this thing. Already I could tell it's going to be a good cigar. Yeah, I'm more interested in this fight because is Edgar Chiarez here? Let me go back and mention, like, let's see what I said. I always hate that about like smoking, smoking, and oh, come on, they didn't have the props up for. Yeah, they do. Oh no, they don't have the props up. I thought they did. There's no props up on DraftKings for the bout between Rosas Jr. and Arquileng. So that's a little unfortunate. And that means the props aren't going to be up for this other bout, in the second bout here. No. They don't have it until the main card. They don't have it until the main card, which is a trip. But Char is here, you know, as a dog. Is that a possible play? I mean, Joshua Vam, I mean, he was doing okay in that fight with Johnson. And, and he's tough, man. I mean, he's got a chin. I mean, he could take a beating, and he has a high output. Like, he lands 8.5 strikes per minute compared to 2.9 with Chiarez, right? Chiarez just is not that active. Both have pretty poor striking defense, And on the grappling, you know, Torres is going to have a slight advantage just in terms of not having the takedown defense, but he has a couple submissions in the UFC here. But 2 losses with 1 win. I mean, and you know, going back to the cigar here, there is a little pepperiness, people. There is a little. There is a little spice with that, with a lot of cedar. Great aroma though. Has almost like this coffee sort of aroma to it. Like very nice roasted, very toasted sort of type flavor. Interesting. Kamawamo, what kind of cigar? It's a Rosas. I'll put it up in a moment here. In fact, actually, I could add. Did I have? No, I didn't have a little icon for it, but it is a Rosas. No, Rojas. Man, I got to go back to Mexico real soon. Rojas. It is an Ecuadorian Corojo wrapper with a Corojo Nicaraguan binder and filler. Really, you know, this is why I don't like the Corojos much, because they're so strong. They are overwhelming of a lot of other flavor. It's almost like having a food that's almost too spicy. You know, again, Kamawamo, I'm very partial more to other like Habanos and other sort of non-Corojo cigars. A good Corojo cigar that I had recently was a New World Corojo. That was one of my favorites. I don't smoke them that often. I have some Camacho Corojos that I bought online. They sent them to me on accident, and their whole cigar was really good. They actually like sent me the correct cigars that I wanted, the correct Camachos, like some Camacho Connecticut's, and they let me keep the Corojos. They're like, hey, do you want me to send these back, or what, you put them in there exchange? They're like, no, we made a mistake. It's on you. So I mean, it was nice, but it's not a cigar that I like. And this one, thus far, my initial impression, it's just not in my wheelhouse. It has that little pepper. I love the pastoral finish, that it has a little green finish. Right, I do enjoy that, and it is a very nice sort of green finish. It's very soft and subtle, but the pepperiness that comes after that is just then overwhelms it, right? So it's like, you know, I almost want to take a drink after every time I smoke something, because it's almost like a hot spicy pepper for me. So it's a spicier cigar, and I don't necessarily like sweet cigars. I don't like anything that's flavored. But the cigar is just not my taste. So, well made, well constructed. I could tell that it's going to have a great burn, great aroma. Like I said, it has that nice coffee-like aroma. But if you like a spicier, stronger cigar, especially something that has a lot more pepper in it, then you know Corojo's out the gate. You know, like we already know, like a lot of these wrappers are going to have certain flavor patterns, right? If you have a Habano, you have a Connecticut. You have a Mexican broadleaf, San Andreas broadleaf, or broadleaf wrapper, there's already going to be a flavor set that usually complements or is part of those cigars, just like a wine or even some beers. But just like a wine, it's going to have its varietal, wherever its tobacco is from or the type of tobacco it is already going to have a flavor set that it usually it's typified by. So what's important is the blend, right? And this is full Corojo. Right, so it's going to have that stronger, heartier tobacco on it. But going back to this fight here, I think that it's Joshua Van's fight to lose. Chiardes does have a fighter's chance, right? He's not like a really like super good grappler. Right, so he's gonna have to stand and trade. his advantage is that he's been training with Lopes and the gang over there in Tijuana. Around all of these champions, all the Mexican fighters have been training with each other and have trained in Tijuana of late for a while. And I think that's his only advantage, is that he's going to be on home footing. And he needs to bring it to Joshua Van. He needs to keep bringing it to him, try to take him into deep waters, get him into that third round where Van has exhibited a little poor output, as well as just poor, man, these bugs out here are insane. There's so fucking many of them. So many of them. They're all over the place. This light over here is attracting them. But yeah, it's just, I think it's an uphill battle for Edgar Chairez, and I don't think that he's going to make it to the top of the pyramid on this one. Joshua Van, I think, is just going to be stronger. He does have a chin. He hits really hard. He could end this and is more likely to finish, I would say, than Edgar Chairez is to finish Van and even win this out by a decision. So I'm going to definitely side with Joshua Van, but I'm not going to parlay Joshua Van. I'm not going to put him in anything. I'm just going to let that be and just pass. I was going to possibly go for the dog here, but I don't think I'm going to do that either. This next fight, Yazmin Jaurequi, Yazmin Jaurequi. I should know her, man. She is a up-and-coming star, man. Yazmin Jaurequi. Yazmin Jaurequi. You know, there are times, though, where this cigar actually really has, like, a decent, really nice flavor. Oh yeah, I love that pastoral quality to it, and the aromas are fantastic on it. And it looks like the spices are diminishing a little bit. A lot of times it's just that initial, when you've cooked it so much and I've toasted it so much, it's still burning through, or you're getting some of that char quality to it. So when you're toasting it, so that might have lingered a little bit in terms of the pepperiness, but if that diminishes, this would be a very good cigar. And that's what happened with the New World Corojo that I smoked, that it didn't have any pepperiness. And it had just a very rich, earthy character to it, really good oils. And I could tell that with this cigar as well. Like, look, it has a nice little sheen to it. It's a beautiful cigar. Like, in terms of what that color pattern is there, this very deep, rich color. Not quite a Maduro, but very deep. Love that color, love that. Not any crazy veins. The quality selection on the tobacco was excellent for sure. Yazmin Jaurequi against Ketlan Souza. This is going to be a tough matchup. I'm with Yazmin here, but on a betting standpoint, no way can you count out this girl Ketlan Souza, right? She's got more experience. I think she is the older fighter. Yeah, she's like 5 years older, right? Doesn't have the output. I get it. Yazmin Jaurequi is just on the feet, man. Like, she is dangerous. Like, you do not want to stand toe to toe with this girl. Like, if Ketlan tries to do that, I think Jaurequi has finishing potential in this fight. Even though she hasn't got, she lost. She got knocked out by Denise Gomez, and she lost to, or she knocked out Isela Nunez. But yeah, that was in round 2. And if Yazmin Jaurequi, like, if she puts out that she beats Sam Hughes, if she's just output, man. She lands 6.25 strikes per minute, which is incredible. No takedowns, not a very good takedown accuracy. She's going to stand in on the feet. Not the best accuracy, but 100% takedown defense. I just don't like that line where she's at. Like, 1 second here. Minus 500. Can't even parlay that, man. Can't even parlay it. There's nothing that you can do with her. Once the props come out, you might want to chase her they're starving for that bonus. And although Dana said, oh, he's not going to be handing out any bonuses, I think all these fighters are just going to be scrapping and wanting to finish, especially in an historic venue like this. The platform that it is, they're going to want finishes. And Dana, of course, is going to want finishes, but they're going to definitely want finishes. And we'll see that. We'll see if there are a lot of finishes, and I think it's set up that way. Because I think in the first 3 matches, I think those are going to go to the finish. You know, I know that the Mexican fighters are really tough, right? In terms of that Van versus, versus the other Mexican fighter. What's his name right here? 1 second here. I don't need to look at that shit. Already got there. Yeah, Chiarez versus Van. I think Van could put him out, man. Van, he hits hard, and he's going to be more active, and he'll come at you. He's not going to, lay back and give you time to think about things. I think that one could finish very, very quickly. And for either fighter, I mean, even though Van's got a chin, he's still pretty susceptible to getting knocked out himself. I mean, it's a fight. Anything could happen, right? So, but from a betting standpoint, these first 3 matches, I think it's chase finish. Or chase method of finish, maybe a time prop of, not to go the distance on all 3 of these particular bouts. And I'm hoping that is the case, because if that's the case, we're going to out the gate, it's going to be a great event. Out the gate. And that's what I think the matchmakers are thinking. Because what happens is, if these prelim fights are good, right, they start to see some finishes, people get excited, it boosts the sales. Little by little, people that were on the fence about getting the pay-per-view will purchase the pay-per-view. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get a feel here, trying to gain some momentum on the money side, right, to get people excited. Boom, people are excited, they're purchasing the fights. It's on, right? They make more money. But yeah, it's Yazmin's fight to lose here. I think she's going to just outpoint Ketlan. And it's going to be tough for some of these Brazilians. I don't know where Ketlan trains, and I haven't watched a ton of but she's not, I remember her fights. She's not a pushover. Like, this is going to be a banger. And that being said, it's going to possibly lead and open herself up to being knocked out by Yazmin Yazgari, because we haven't seen her complete power yet, because she's been facing monsters, right? Girls that can take it, right? Like, give it and take it, like, not just Sam Hughes, right? Sam Hughes. That Denise Gomes fight was insane. No, actually not the Denise Gomes. Was it her first fight? Oh no, that fight with Isdela Nunes. Yeah, all these, was it this one here? Versus Yazmin Lucindo. I think that was the fight that was just crazy. Yeah, look at that. Yazmin Yazgari had 219 strikes compared to Lucindo's 181. So they were going for it. And I think that fight's going to be very, very similar to this one. So I'm going to lean with Yazmin Yazgari here, but there's no bet other than once the finishes come, right? Once I'm able to see the props, I think it's worth looking again at the time prop or finish or a KO prop. But I'm leaning on the side of Yazmin Yazgari getting that finish. Next fight, this one. I mean, I'm glad this is now like near even money. I think Bahamondes is a slight underdog, or was a bigger underdog yesterday. He started off as a huge favorite. I think he was like at minus 170 as a favorite earlier in the week, and he's dropped now to underdog. Yesterday he was underdog at plus 130, and now it's like even money now. This fight's even money. So props to you if you got Manuel Torres at that dog line, or if yesterday, like I recommended people, I did put out a little short. Ignacio Bahamondes was my dog player of the week, but he's no longer dog. I still think, even money, This, along with a couple other fights here, are toss-ups, and it's good that they are even money. I favor Ignacio Bahamondes, even though he gets hit. He's got that big old head. It's a target. The dude's got a chin, and his kicks are much better than Manuel Torres. But Manuel Torres is going to be a little cleaner in his boxing. He's not quite the jiu-jitsu guy. He does have some grappling skills, but that's not like Bahamondes has been working with a lot of Bahamondes. I'm sorry, I kept on doing this yesterday. Bahamondes. I just think Bahamondes is the better kickboxer. I think this is kickboxer versus boxer. And Manuel Torres does hit hard, but he gasses. Like and he's not gonna, if he doesn't get Ignacio Bahamondes out in the first round, he's gonna fade in the second round, and in the third round he's gonna really start to, even though like they're training in Tijuana. I don't know why these guys, Tijuana is a great place to train, but having that advantage, and that's why I think the training center in Mexico City is the future of the UFC and of Mexican fighters. Training in that high altitude in Mexico City proper, I think it's going to be better for all the fighters in terms of their conditioning. You people would criticize the Mexicans not having conditioning. I don't agree with that. I think that's it's rather ridiculous. You look at Moreno and you look at like these other fighters that like even Alexa Grasso, like she keeps going. She's a little machine, right? So I think it's a little misguided to think that the Mexican fighters don't have a cardio, but I think that this fight, because it's going to stay on the feet, I think Ignacio Bahamondes is going to have more of that kicking advantage, that length advantage, better fighting at distance, and he's not going to go away. And if Manuel Torres doesn't get him out, Manuel Torres does have the slight power advantage. This might be the first one that could be a decision. I don't think so. I think if there's another potential decision on either side, either guy having the potential KO, with Manuel Torres getting the KO earlier and Ignacio Bahamondes having that KO advantage later as Manuel Torres slows down. So I did place a small bet on Ignacio Bahamondes yesterday, and at that plus 130, I'm sort of happy with it because it's even money now, and I got dog money. Again, if you went with Torres on that dog money, props to you. I think the line should be where it is, even money, right? It's going to be who survives that, like I said, I think like that's my opinion, who survives that first portion of the match. If Ignacio can weather the storm, still score, hurt that leg with those kicks, like his leg kicks, wear down Manuel Torres, get to round 3, and then pour it on and possibly get the finish himself. And that's what I'm picking Bahamondes here, potentially to finish Manuel Torres by TKO. And this fight not to go the distance. Why this fight is not on the main card is ridiculous. It makes no sense that this was not on the main card, but I think, again, they're trying to build an event here. Even by putting this on the prelims, they get people, they see this fight and they're like, oh man, this card is fire. That the fucking, it could have been, they could have replaced Osbourne and the other Mexican guy, the other fighter, like that fight bout. Right? They could have easily replaced. Yeah. Osbourne versus Ronaldo Rodriguez is. Yeah. So Irina Aldana, Norma Dumont, do they start the main card? I think they might. They could have easily put this on the main card, and I don't know why they didn't. I think this may be finishing the prelims, which makes sense too, but that's great. Fucking free fucking fight. I'll take that all day. Right? You don't have to put up the fake stream. You can watch it on ESPN Plus free. Hey, great fight for free. It's definitely a do not miss fight on this card. I think it's going to be one of the bangers. Hopefully I'm correct on that, but we're yet to see that. So, yeah, getting to this other fight, man, there's such line movement on both of these girls. Irene Aldana was a dog. Yesterday she was a dog, and now it's an even money fight. Here's my thing. I was going to be on Irene Aldana against Norma Dumont, but her takedown defense is just so bad, right? She's definitely got the better boxing. And Norma Dumont's got some great kickboxing and a great ass. She's got a fucking incredible butt. She is a hot, hot girl. I definitely could, yeah, she's definitely my type. A really beautiful woman. But Irene Aldana's just got that better boxing, right? Like if she's had success before and she's lost to like really good competition, but she's only faced really good competition for the most part. And Norma Dumont's on the rise, right? She's fought who's who in this division. You know, she's going to be the shorter woman, I believe. And I think that's another thing that favors Irene Aldana. Yeah. Oh no, there's not much like reach. What's the height difference? Doesn't have their height here. Oh yeah, that does. 5'9" to 5'7", so it's 2 inches. I didn't think Dumont was that tall. I think she might be padding her stats here. There's no way she's just 2 inches shorter than Irene Aldana. I think Irene Aldana is going to be at least 3 inches bigger and taller than her, and she's got much longer legs. That's really the key right there. Is like Irene Aldana using that teep kick, using the low kicks to keep at distance, not sprawl and brawl, but like work that octagon. Just stay on the outside. Keep Norma Dumont, be the matador, right? That's what Irene Aldana needs to do to win this out, not get taken down, and she's going to win this easily. I don't think she's going to be able to finish Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont hasn't been finished, I don't think. She lost to Chazon. Oh, she got knocked out by Megan Anderson in the first round a long time ago. And Megan Anderson's, a long rangey girl, but yeah. So her career ended. Macy Chazon decision. That's not a bad age. Going to decision with Macy Chazon is not so bad. Dumont beat Carla Rosa. She's a badass woman. And Jermaine Randomir, previous champion. Dumont took her down 6 times, controlled that fight, right? It's not like she's everyone thinks that she's a great grappler. She's not. She's more of a kickboxer. She comes from a fitness background, I believe. That's why she looks so good. Man, this cigar is definitely mellowed out. It's gotten a lot better. Yeah. That pastoralness, slight coffee. Man, it almost like has, the end finish has this almost like roasted coffee or toasted coconut. Like the toasted coconut. It maybe like adds to it that little sweetness, very slight little sweet character to it. But yeah, let's see where the line ends up here. And Irene Aldana is also training with Alexa Grasso, training with Lopes, like working on her takedowns, working on her ground game probably too, right? I think Dumont is going to have a slight ground advantage, but it isn't going to be that great. And as far as a coin flip fight goes, I think I'm going to have to sway myself, even though her takedown defense, like look at Irene Aldana's takedown defense. Takedown defense, 76, but she gets taken down like 6 times by Amanda Nunes, 3 times by Macy Chazon, 5 times by Holly Holm in that loss. So if you can take her down, Pennington took her down 1 time, Raquel Pennington, and controlled her for 5.5 minutes. And Raquel Pennington is not a great wrestler. That's the problem, is Holly Holm, not a great wrestler. Right? I mean, Macy Chazon, not a great wrestler. I get Amanda Nunes took her down 6 times. And that was a championship fight. I mean, Amanda Nunes is a good grappler. So, but we've seen like Carla Rosa, right? Carla Rosa. I should have seen that fight. Because statistically, I don't know how Irene Aldana won that fight. Carla Rosa's a tough lady. It was probably on. It probably was on Rosa on that fight. But if I just don't have a lot of faith in Norma Dumont's wrestling. I think it's not all there. I think it's not there, and I'm gonna go for Irene Aldana possibly just getting the decision here. I don't know why. Yeah, okay, we do know why the other fight was put up, because this one as an opener for the main event, sketchy. Hopefully it doesn't close out the prelims, but I'm on Irene Aldana to bang and move, stick and move, stick and move, stick and move, and to win this out by decision. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let's see if there's anybody else in the chat right now. Oh, hey, man. Elliot Huff ran into me a couple years ago, and I've been following your channel ever since. Blessing you. Oh, thank you, Elliot. I appreciate that, Elliot. Big love to that, man. Big up, man, Elliot. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I work in the airport. And you don't know how happy that makes me feel that, you know, I run into people and then they acknowledge me and come back in the channel and say something. I really, really do appreciate that. That makes the, you know, this work and the things the effort that I put in, just sending a comment and just talking shit, you know. I think that's really cool. Really appreciate that, Elliot. I'll make certain if I haven't already liked your channel, Elliot, go like Elliot Huff's channel. I don't know if he's a traveler and already makes content or makes something himself. Go like his stuff anyways. Go see what he's about. He is definitely about better. And if anybody that's in here, you made it this far, you are about better, please comment, like, and subscribe. This cigar has mellowed out, and look at that nice burn. It's mellowed out very, very nicely. I think a big nice thing is that we don't have a lot of wind today. And it's also served to run away a lot of the bugs that were here eating me alive. So, Irene Aldana for the victory here. And man, Norma Dumont, give me a call, baby. Give me a call. All right, here's a fight where I think that it's another one that should just be on, you know, an even money fight. So, right out the gate, even though I'm not on it, Osbourne is dangerous, man. The dude is super athletic, great knees, super quick, but this Ronaldo Rodriguez is on a tear. But Rodriguez is not really a grappler, but he's been working with Lopes. Again, all this comes back to the team and the cohesion that the Mexican fighters have right now. Like, they just have, they believe in themselves, and besides the feelings, they're training with each other, right? They're encouraging each other. They have one champion. They think that Lopes is going to be a champion. They believe that he's going to be a champion, right? Irene Aldana has fought for the championship before. Alexa Grasso is a legit champion, right? This isn't just, you know, she's not just a lucky fighter. She is one of the top female fighters in the world today, period, in any weight class, like pound for pound, one of the best female fighters in the UFC and in the world. So when they all collide like that, it's infectious. It's like AKA back in the day, or even Team Alpha Male, or you could even say that for Chris Wyman and those guys in New York, right? Look at the guys in Milwaukee. Even, you know, this guy in New Mexico, John Jones' team for a while had a lot of people. John Winklejohn and this other dude, like, they had a team. Like, it helps. It helps being around people that have similar goals, that are working toward those goals and achieving them, right? Not just working toward those. So that's what Ronaldo Rodriguez. This is a tough one for me, because I'd almost like want to take, or would take, Osbourne getting a finish here, but that's going to be tough. That is going to be tough, man. You know, Mexican fighters got chins. They take a beating. Yeah, Osbourne's going to be taller by 1 inch. He's going to have a much larger reach. He's a southpaw. He might have better, you know, he lands slightly more strikes per minute. He might actually have better wrestling, even though his takedown accuracy is 20. But neither of these guys are wrestlers, and both have the same level of takedown defense. I think this is going to be a standing affair, and that being the case, it's anyone's fight. I think that the advantage is that Rodriguez has is that this is at home, right? And he's gonna, didn't have to travel very far. Ronaldo Rodriguez is a minus 148 favorite. This is an area where Ode Osbourne at that plus 124 number isn't horrible, not great. But, I'd wait. I'd wait to see where this goes. I think, I would hope that people are not parlaying Ronaldo Rodriguez. But if they start to, that number is going to increase, and Ode Osbourne is going to become a bigger dog, and it might have that value. I hate that value bet, guys, when you might have that value bet at that dog, because he's dangerous on the feet. And I don't think Ronaldo Rodriguez is like that great wrestler. And Ode Osbourne, if he's smart, he has a good fight IQ. If he plays this wise and like sprawls and brawls, when that takedown does come, it's going to be a very competitive match. I have to look at when, again, we're going to do another little thing here when the props are coming up. Man, that feels so good, Elliot Huff, that you came in, that you're following my channel. Man, that's so cool to see. I rarely get that, and I appreciate the kind words, man. That's always a cool thing. Yeah, this should be an even money fight. I would wait to see if Ronaldo Rodriguez drops a little bit. If it does become even money, I would drop on Ronaldo Rodriguez. If you're inclined on the Ode Osbourne side right now, because this would be even, you'll get him at a little bit better price than even money, so now is the time to jump on him. But this being at home, basically this is a home field advantage for all the Mexican fighters. It's built around all the Mexican fighters, as you can see. It's called Noche. It's there for a reason, and it's going to favor a lot of those fighters. So I'm on Ronaldo Rodriguez, but I'm not going to bet him at that line. I'm going to wait to see if he comes to even money, and I might jump on him then. But I think that Ode Osbourne is a live dog at this time. I'm not going to jump on him, but he is a live dog. All right, next up, man, we got Daniel Zellhuber, Esteban Ribovics. This is another one. Zellhuber, I get why he has, the fight IQ is there, the length is there, the training. He's over there at Extreme Couture with what's the striking coach for Strickland, as well as for the big see, started to talk and I forget all my shit. Mix it. And he gets time with Nixick, and that's saying something. Like, that's saying something. If he believes in you, and Zellhuber is a bright guy, you're improving, right? And Ribovics is a tough kid himself. Like, he is not, a joke. And yeah, in fact, Zellhuber dropped his line, just dropped 50 points. He was minus 280 just a while ago. Now he's minus 230. So money's coming in on Esteban. Esteban is not, no joke, is not a pushover. I don't think that Zellhuber, he impresses me, but he just doesn't seem to have that killer instinct. I don't think he has any finishes. Did he get a finish in that last bout? No, he's got that sub. Yeah, I didn't really like that. Gallegos, he subbed Gallegos, which is sad. But he beat Lando Venata, man. Lando can bang, right? And he beat Lucas Almeida in a decision. And then he went to a decision with Francisco Prado. Right, so yeah, we saw him against Lando Venata, and he was very impressive. It's really the call here is does Zellhuber finish him? I think he's going to win. This is the start of the Mexican wave. They're definitely giving him a favorable matchup, because Zellhuber can become somebody that at the next UFC Mexico City fight, he can be the next, like, somebody to help headline that particular fight. So you know, I'm there with Zellhuber. I just don't think that he gets that finish. And let's see what it is. The decision with him. Those props are out. Yeah, Zellhuber by decision is plus 125, which is the most likely thing. Plus 300, so they're not giving you a lot of meat by him, for him. Esteban to win by decision, plus 400. All the meat is on the dog here, and it's not dog or pass here. It's Zellhuber by, you know, you stake something in that, you know, what is it? Zellhuber by decision or by TKO is minus 200. So there's nothing there. There's nothing here, guys. I think Zellhuber is a good parlay piece, though. Like, to build your parlay, I would say you could go in the back and parlay them with like one of the dogs or even money people like Irene Aldana. You could possibly parlay him with. I'm going backwards here. Like, you could go forward too. I think a better spot. I think you could parlay him with Bahamondes or Ignacio Bahamondes or Torres if you're on that one side. Yazmin Gary, I don't think there's enough there. Yeah, I think Zellhuber is the start of a parlay piece with one of the fighters in the main card here. Like, that is the way to go. Or with like an Irene Aldana at that even money line, right? You know, even though it's even money, why would you do that? I know, I get it, but you get your value, right? Like, if you're pairing them, you know, or you know, like a Trixie, Daniel Zellhuber with, let's see here, let's build a little Trixie very quickly with those even money people. Like, let's just say, 1 second here. Yeah, this cigar is mellowed out. Doesn't have that pepperiness any longer. Really, really nice cigar. Man, maybe I have to change my mind on the Corojo. Yeah, okay, I want Bahamondes because he's my dog. Irene Aldana, more dog there. And Daniel Zellhuber. You put him in a round robins. Just put 20 on it, just say, for example, in a round robin. Yeah, those you get another 10 there, so $30. Yeah, it doesn't show it to me. 3 bets, $20 pays out 187. Not bad. Actually, the round robin, just the 2-pick round robin at $20. Pays out 187 bucks. Not bad. That's going to be better than if you paired them with the other favorites on the card, for example. I hate to jump the gun, but if you put them with, like, say, Diego Lopes, which as a parlay, I think at plus 121, that might be the play right there. Just leave it at that. Because that Alexa Grasso is going to be risky. Like, you add it, you get, you know, 3-pick, you get the plus 284. And if you're on Sean O'Malley, like I am, jump the gun there, you're at plus 580 for the 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Man, let me see this. 30. Oh, 70, 30. 70, 30. Let's do 70 on the 70. And then 30 there. Man, that's the payout right there. Wow. The 2-pick round robin. Oh, no. That's not 370. That would be a good bet. The 3-pick round robin, 70 or 2-pick round robin, 6 bets, $70 will pay out $1,030. And then the 3-pick, 4-pick parlay on that leg, on that round robin, $30 will pay out for the 4 bets, will pay out 470 bucks. And that's Daniel Zellhuber, Diego Lopes, Alexa Grasso, and Sean O'Malley. That's not bad. because I'll jump the gun, and I think that's the way it's going to go. I think Zellhuber is winning his, and Lopes is the next fight. I think he's going to be winning that bout against Ortega. Ortega seems to have like 1 foot out the door. I know that he has, this gained power from his religion and what he's gone through in his life. Guy's been through a lot of stuff, but he just doesn't seem all there. And Lopes is a jiu-jitsu instructor himself, right? I get it. He's not fucking Brian Ortega, right? He's not Brian Ortega level of grappling, that great, one of the top Gracie students ever, right? Was part of the ring there of the Russell's Blue Bonnets. Not bad I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong place. Not bad smoke, man. Not a bad smoke. Yeah, I just don't know what headspace he's in. And Diego Lopes is on the headspace it's on the next level. He's recovered from his Contender Series bout. He's recovered from that loss to most of our Evolov, who I love. I think Evolov is going to be fighting Aljamain Sterling, which is going to be a very, very interesting matchup right there. But yeah, I'm just concerned with that headspace, man. I have faith in Ortega's jiu-jitsu. I mean, but going against Lopes, who is a black belt in jiu-jitsu himself as an instructor, with all this momentum, Brian Ortega hasn't fought in, is it 2 years, if not longer than 2 years? That's not good, man. Like, Lopes has been active, and he's hungry. He could catapult himself into a championship bout here to face the winner of Topuria and Holloway easily, because the next thing that could be proper timing for all these other Mexicans is they have that Mexico City card when they announce the Mexico or open up the Mexico City training center, and it could be. Make sure I don't lose my bands. I like keeping my bands. All right, we're at the middle. Strong pastoral character. It's a slight green, right? Not a claro, like a claro green. Claro is a different type of cigar. It'll be a green cigar. But it has, I love that, because that to me it has that pastoral richness or that pastoral flavor that tastes of the land, of the jungle. And then with that nice sort of wood, like not quite coconut, or maybe more slight coffee finish, but not like a strong dark roast coffee, but a light roast coffee. Very nice combination. Those two, that is a combination right there. Those two hints, those two notes together make this a good cigar. And I love the fragrance of that coffee fragrance. Incredible draw, great construction. We're gonna put this, man, I'm gonna put it like in the 8. It's tough, like an 8.3. It could get better, like it could end up finishing better. So it definitely has potential, and it's working right now also to scare away all the bugs, which is awesome. Then again, I normally don't like these red hats, but I found this on the airport and kept it. And I don't like red, but I felt like I needed a hat today. Like my bald head, I just didn't like this plain look here. I had to like do something more. I had the cigar, Ufc Noche. It matches the whole background of everything else. I should have wore a different shirt. I should have dressed up a little bit, but I felt comfortable. Now I feel comfortable, but it was still pretty hot out here a while ago. Welcome, bout betters. If you made it this far, you are about better. But yeah, I'm thinking Lopes takes this. I don't know is it a 5-round fight? I don't think so. I don't know if he finishes Ortega. Ortega's tough to finish. Like you see that, Holloway didn't finish him. This guy didn't finish him. Volkanovski didn't finish him, right? he's durable. As a Mexican American, he has that heart, Mexican heart. He's there for the long haul, right? He beat Ige. Oh no, Lopes beat Ige. That was great, but he took it on Ige took it on what, 4 days notice? But look at that, fucking that win. You know, Ortega beat fucking Rodriquez. Finally got that sub in. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that to Lopes though. And he got knocked out by Rodriguez. He lost a decision to Volkanovski. Lost decision to beat Chen Young-Sung by decision. Lost to Max Holloway. He did get knocked out in the 4th round, right? But he went 5 with Chen Young-Sung, the Korean Zombie. Knocked out Frankie Edgar. Subbed Cub Swanson. Subbed Moicano, which is a good win. Knocked out Clay Guida, which isn't saying much right now. Sub knockout. I mean, it's just the headspace that Ortega's at right now. I mean, he needs this win, like, because if he doesn't win this, he's done. He's done. He's going to be gatekeeper, like what he's playing in this role right here. He's playing gatekeeper. And Lopes is knocking at the gate. I think Lopes wins this out. He doesn't get the finish, though. I think this is going to play a lot on the feet. Diego Lopes is going to look to keep this standing, and he's going to be the one that's sprawling and brawling and scrambling, but scrambling to get not reversals. He's going to use the sprawling to get back to his feet. He's going to use his counter jiu-jitsu to stay on the feet, where I think he has a huge advantage in the boxing. You know, I watched him in the Embedded series. His hands look good. His hands look really good. And, you know, training in Mexico, living in Mexico for so long, comes from a father from a jiu-jitsu background, but his striking is, I think, at a different level than Brian Ortega, and I got to favor him just to get the decision. He's not going to get the finish here. So I look this fight, if it's the 3 rounds, it's going the distance, and I think Diego Lopes is going to just piece up Brian Ortega and eke out a close decision. It's going to be closer than people think, because Ortega, man, is dangerous, and if he gets Lopes in the right spot, maybe he could hold him, keep him in like the body triangle for a while, and Lopes could fight off like the submission but lose the control time. So we're going to see the judges. We're going to see where the judges are early, right? But I would not want to leave fights to the judges against Mexican fighters, even though Brian Ortega is also Mexican-American, and it's in Vegas, in America, but I would not want to leave this to the decision because the fans are going to be huge. Everything that Diego Lopes does is you're going to hear a resounding. He is going to be the most favored. Him and Alexa Grasso are going to be the most favored fighters by the fans. The fans are going to be behind them more than anybody else, right? All the Mexicans, but especially Diego Lopes, and that could influence the judges, man. I'm telling you, everything that he does, every time he touches Brian Ortega, you're going to hear an oh, you're gonna hear that shit, and it's gonna influence how this fight is judged if it does go to decision, including with Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. It's gonna be the same thing, right? Everything that Alexa Grasso does is gonna be accentuated by the crowd. Like, the crowd is gonna be behind Alexa Grasso big time. We've seen this fight a couple times. I don't agree with this fight. I wish that Alexa Grasso went to search for new blood, right? I didn't feel like, you know, it was a draw, right? I thought it was very close. Like, let's look at that matchup. That's why they need the trilogy, right? And Valentina deserves it. If anybody deserves it, I agree that she does, but if I were Alexa Grasso, man, I would have fucking avoided this. Yeah, look at Shevchenko had actually the more control time. 8 minutes. Alexa, there's a lot of arguments that Shevchenko should have won this. She had 8.5 minutes of control time. Holy fucking shit. 4 of 7 takedowns. But how many ground strikes? Shevchenko had all that control time. She only had 7 ground strikes. It won't matter this time. If it's the same thing, if Shevchenko does the same thing, gets that control time, and doesn't do any damage, she will lose again. Again, do not leave this fight to the judges when you're fighting one of the Mexican fighters. You're going to end up losing that decision. There's going to be a lot of favoritism, and the crowd's going to be fully behind all the Mexican fighters, like Aldana, everything, everything that they do is going to like be exemplified or exaggerated. Like the crowd reactions are going to be exaggerated, and that could actually influence the judges. Where I think that's why this fight here. All right, they're doing the third. All right, okay, let me give it the third. There was a draw. I didn't think it was there deserved, but yeah, it's deserved. It's deserved. I mean, Valentina, because here's the other thing. Alexa Grasso outstruck Valentina by 60 strikes, 63 strikes, 262 of 409 versus 199 of 301, right? It's just control versus the strikes. Significant strikes, though, was a slight favor by Alexa Grasso at 84 compared to 80. And Alexa Grasso was more active. So that ring control and the control that Valentina had was nullified by the volume that Alexa Grasso was doing. And then, that her strikes were, at distance, right? Like they were at distance, more Grasso had more leg strikes, double the body strikes. It was close. It was close. I could see that why it was a draw. Grasso won. All the other rounds were very close, and she won round 2. If you went just by the rounds, it could have went easily to Grasso getting that victory, because the rest of the per round, if you look at like the strikes that landed there, it was so even, except in round 2 where Alexa Grasso definitely won. She had 28 of 42, and Valentina Shevchenko had 15 of 29. So she was just so much more active in that fight. But in the third round, Valentina surged a little bit, 4 of 15 for Grasso, and then 9 of 18. So it was super close. And it was even basically round 4, and then round 5 was basically even, and then round 1 was basically even. So if this fight's going to be for the judges, I'm gonna lean on Alexa Grasso taking this one, and I think it's her fight to lose. I think she's got the momentum. She looked really good on the feet, but Valentina the Bullet is like one of my favorites of all time. I think she's one of the greatest. She's definitely a Hall of Famer. She's one of the greatest female fighters of all time. One of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. Like, if she wins this fight, if she gets that belt, I think she should just walk away. Put it down and walk away. Put it down, thank the Mexican fighters in Spanish, because she could speak Spanish, and put the belt down and just walk off. Walk off as champion. She ain't even gonna listen to me. Oh, some other people are here. Brian was like, the website has Ortega. Yo, what's up, baby? If you spent the amount of time on your setup as you do your picks, your fans would be rich. Yeah, probably. And the website has O'Malley by sub. That's another thing Brian said. Well, I only got a couple picks. Guys. I only got a couple picks this match. Welcome, bout betters. What's up, baby? What's going on? I got to go and get my my other cocktail before I get to the final here. I'll be right back. Here, listen to some music. Listen to some music while I'm here. Where's the music? Play some music, baby. Play some music. I'll be right back, everybody. Give me a moment here. Is it playing? Is it playing? No, it's not playing. God damn it. I don't know if it's playing for you. I don't know if it's playing. know if something's playing through my mic. I'm gonna leave the mic over here too, for you guys could listen to the music. I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave the mic over here too, for you guys could listen to the music. I'll be right back. Welcome, bow betters. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, that music wasn't playing properly, but that's okay. That's all right, people. You know how it is, you know how it is. I'll figure all this will all come into play. The website has O'Malley by sub. Yeah, no way, man. Welcome, bow betters. Welcome back, welcome back. I don't think O'Malley's gonna be wanting to scramble with Devashili, even though he might. Well, he definitely has better. I think O'Malley might have better jiu-jitsu. Nah. I mean, Devashili's, he's a ground and pound guy. And didn't Ricky Simon submit him, even though it was late? I mean, because he's going to want to grapple, which I don't think O'Malley's going to want to do. That's a possibility. But Brian the Brain's pick is in. Different card, but how do you feel about his boy at plus 160 right now? Is Max plus 160? Is Max Holloway plus 160? I think that would be a fucking great bet at plus 160. Come on. Max Holloway at plus 160. Previous champ. How long did he hold the championship? Like, for how many years? Like, he should not be. Let's see where they have. I assume. I assume that's who he means. Well, Ian Kutubela is a favorite finally. Jermaine Reme is a big favorite against Alex Pieta, Roundtree. Yeah, Max Holloway is plus 170 on the in DraftKings. Yeah, I think that it's time to bet him now, right? He's going to fight for your money. Huge experience advantage. Better chin, like incredible chin. Like we saw Topuria rocked one time, right? So better fight IQ. Good takedown defense. Yeah, Max Holloway at plus 170. I think make a little sprinkle right now. So I'd have to definitely go with you on Max there. And that's just not because, he's a favorite. I just think that skill-wise, for some reason, he just couldn't beat Volkanovski. It's just the way it was. And it's just like, not Usman, but you know, certain matchups like with Kobe and with certain people, like he just couldn't do it against Volkanovski. It was just a poor matchup for him. Volkanovski had his number, and it's not Volkanovski right now. So yeah, against anybody else, he could potentially win. So I'm with you there on that, Brian, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. It should be a pick'em fight night. It should be a pick'em. And so you're getting dog money right now for Max Holloway, and you know how he trains, man. He trains hard. He's got, and this fight IQ. People underrate Max Holloway. They just think he's a brawler or this rubberhead. No, the guy is a very, very smart guy. He's got good coaches. He's been there with them for a long time. They're gonna have a good game plan. He's got incredible boxing, good striking, and you know, yeah, he did lose to this dude at a higher weight class, right? Who might have some better boxing than him, right? But yeah, I think if you could get it right now at that price, you know, I like my Ilia Topuria. He's been a moneymaker, but I think that if you could get it at that price right now at dog money, is the time to jump on him. But what else was I looking for? I wasn't looking for that. Welcome. There it is. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Man, but Shevchenko at dog money? Here's another thing. Like at dog money, like I hate to, again to talk about the value play here is with Shevchenko. You know, will I put Grasso in the parlay? Probably not. In that Trixie? No way. Shevchenko has been my girl for so long. The bullet is so friggin' good, right? She's so friggin' good. Last time, you know, she did dominate her on the ground. She could do it again. Her fight IQ is, you know, she could come in with a good game plan, but those hands from Grasso, man. And she's pieced up Valentina before. She's quick with it, and she was popping the mitts in the embedded. And again, going back to the team, like just all that cohesion, all that unity, all that momentum, all that inspiration. She really, really is on point right now and keyed in, right? And she's got a longer history. Valentina is, right, Rojas. And you put on, man, this cigar turned out to be really good. My opinion has to change on the Corojos. Love the subtle sweetness to it. Hint of caramel / coffee. Love the pastoral character. It has this little green, more harvest, more veggie quality, right? Like it reminds me of like good weed. In my mind, when I used to smoke weed, this thing reminds me of weed. It has that green character. Normally, some people with cigars don't like that. I like that. I personally like that when it has that like farmish, pastoral sort of character to it, where it tastes a little green, then followed up by that stronger wood without the pepperiness, and with that nice soft coffee with not necessarily caramel, but like toasted coconut, like almost finish. This is a really, really good cigar. So 8.5. It goes up in the realm of 8.5. So it went up a little bit. Brian saying one belt. No, Merab isn't going to sub him. Merab's jiu-jitsu is, he's trained with Danaher and with all those guys, and he's got it, but like he couldn't do it to Cejudo, and look how fucking, he was ragdolling and he stayed on Cejudo, and that's just not his style. His style, like if you look at how he practices and what he does, he's a ground and pounder. He mauls you, right? He's not, it's a shame because he would be an easy victor. If his jiu-jitsu were better, he definitely would beat O'Malley because he's going to get O'Malley on the ground. I just think he's going to have to favor, because O'Malley's going to be a good scrambler, he's going to have to favor control and position over submission. And he's not a big submission guy, right? So, you know, Merab's game. Let's switch over to Merab, guys. My call for this one is, it was just wait to see if it's an even money fight, because I think it should be even money. I think they're giving Grasso the home field advantage. I like Grasso's quickness. I like her fierceness, and that she has that home field advantage, being with the home crowd, with her team. A lot of those doesn't seem like it would matter, but it's going to matter in this particular event. And I love the way she was cracking. And I think she could shock Valentina Shevchenko like she did the first fight. If she avoids some of the takedowns, just keep it on the feet, and maybe gets takedowns of her own, like put Valentina on her back. That's going to be who wins out. It's the wrestling. It's who's going to win the wrestling here. Who's going to win the takedown, top position. Who's going to be able to get top position is going to be our winner here. And I'm going to say Alexa Grasso is going to be able to keep it on her feet. Valentina is not going to be able to get a submission on her. She's going to have that control, but it's not going to add up for a victory for her, just like it did last time. So I'm with Alexa Grasso, but I'm not going to bet her in put her in the parlay. And I'm not betting this unless it gets to being an even money event affair. I would say if one belt switches, I think it's more likely to be Valentina's belt over Sean O'Malley's and Merab Davishvili's this event, because O'Malley is just works. He just works on takedown defense constantly, and he's going to be by far the better sniper. He's going to rinse and repeat what he did to Aljo. That's what he's looking to do, and he's gotten better at finishing and displaying his power. Other things I don't like about O'Malley, and I think Merab has it to an extent as well, is how focused these guys are. They do a lot of social media, and I get it. You need to do social media. If you're in the entertainment business, you need to do social media. Oh my God, this cigar has turned out to be really good. I'm so surprised. The Rojas Corojo. Rojas Corojo. My guy over there at Norwood Park Royal Cigars never leads me wrong. He already knows my taste. That's, again, the advantage of going to your local tobacconist as opposed to going to a big box store like Binny's or your big box tobacconist. The guy at the humidor knows your taste. He knows what you've been buying. He's like, oh, you'll like this. You like that one? Well, you'll like this. Because when I go back, I'll tell him, man, I fucking love, I'm getting more of the stars, right? And I like that Rojas Corojo. What other cigar would you recommend that is similar to those two or a little different but of the same character? And he'll have something there. And Brian's enough with the product reviews. This is a cigar review. It's sip and smoke, man. That's what I do. That's the whole shtick. The whole thing is sip and smoke. Why would I stop the cigar reviews? Come on. That's the whole point. MMA is sip and smoke. We do MMA picks with cigar reviews. That's the whole gist of what it is that I'm doing here, guys. Come on. Where else do you get that other than here? When you want to learn about cigars, you want to know about good cigars, you come to the Bout Better, Roberto, and you watch his videos, and he's going to tell you about the cigars. He's going to tell you about the flavor of the cigar. He'll let you know about the composition of the cigars. He'll give you your opinion, and they're not, and everything has been good. There's not a bad cigar here, right? The kid from Costa Rica, the cigars help us. Yeah, I don't know how much of a cigar smoker he was, but he definitely has a connection on, Cuban cigars, and we definitely flaked on. I flaked on not buying more. I brought like 4 cigars back from there only, because I didn't want to risk it. Because those 4 cigars cost me like 200 and something bucks. And if they took them at customs, right? If customs decided to, okay, we're taking this, you're out $300. Like I didn't want to buy anymore. But when we were, and even there, it's like, man, you're spending. He gave us a deal on those Cohiba, the Bejiques. Those were legit, and those were a steal. The pizzas are better. Yeah, the pizza wasn't bad. Yeah, but this is easy. Striker versus grappler. And Sean O'Malley, we all know how this is going to be. He's going to have even more advantage on the reach side and height side than he had against Aljo, right? The strength advantage is going to be on Merab. Like, Merab will maul you. If he gets a hold of you, you're done. And I think, the problem here is that O'Malley's going to be able to, Merab just doesn't have that submission ability. And again, just like in the Valentina Grasso fight, because Merab doesn't have, Valentina has good submission ability, but she's going to have to worry about, Grasso, any mistake she makes, Grasso's going to get out of there or reverse her. I don't know if O'Malley has that reverse ability, but he's definitely good enough to use his counter jiu-jitsu to get back up to his feet. And that's why we should have gotten like dog money on O'Malley months ago when he was bigger dog, when he was at that dog money, is when you should have jumped on Sean O'Malley. I wouldn't hate anybody to put parlays in the main event on like mixing dogs with favorites or a couple of the favorites all the way down the line, right? We saw that, just demonstrated what that payout would be. It's pretty good. All right, final third of the cigar. It's a lighter pepper and stronger coffee. Coffee. I think the oils have started to acclimate or begin to congeal inside of the fillers. And it's a strong, dark coffee taste now. And I like that still because I love coffee. So it has more of that like black coffee-ish character now. And it has a very Cuban characteristic with the darker char like that. That's normally indicative of a Cuban cigar. And it has good placation, but this is has more of that Cuban quality. So if you like a Cuban cigar, like especially a stronger, not a Cohiba, but like a Bolivar, Simon Bolivar, even a Monte Cristo, this has that Cuban character. I mean, the interesting here is Merab's got a chin. What if O'Malley doesn't knock him out? Merab's cardio is insane. He could go 5 easy. I think he has a cardio advantage over Sean O'Malley, right? Can he? I think the real thing is, not only he's going to be able to get the takedowns, but even against Cejudo, how many strikes did he land against Cejudo on the ground here? Let's take a look at that, guys. He had 5 takedowns against Cejudo, insane, for only 4 minutes of control, and he only landed 10 strikes on the ground for all those takedowns, for all that control, 4.5 minutes. That's telling right there, guys. If he does that against O'Malley in the five rounds, he's not going to win. You got to beat the champion. And I don't think control, we're going to see where the judges are. I'd look on the live betting, I'd be very cautious. And I'd be looking if the judges are scoring control, then favor the grapplers. But I don't think so in this fight. It being a Noche UFC, it's going to be a striker favorite card. Yeah, Brian, this could, I don't think it's going to be a boring fight, man. I think the fans are going to have a big influence. And even if the refs start to get influenced by the fan, because you're going to hear these Mexican fans, they're going to want striking, especially in this final match. They don't have a dog in the fight here in this final one, but they're going to want, they want to see finishes. And so if Merab's over there not doing anything, and not, as you saw, like he had that 4.5 minutes of control time against Cejudo, landed fucking 5 of 11 takedowns, and he only landed fucking 10 strikes on the ground. He only attempted 14, right? I think him and Cejudo was an exciting fight. I like that fight because I like the grappling fights. I think Merab made it exciting, but he didn't, and he beat Cejudo up, but he didn't finish him. And I don't know if in this particular matchup here, right, like did that go 5 rounds? No, it was only a 3-round fight, and this is 5. And that's also going to be a big important factor, is that it is 5 rounds, and Sean O'Malley hasn't, doesn't have that level of experience going 5 rounds because he has finished a lot of people. So Merab could end up surging. It's going to be close to the cards. Brian's on Merab by sub. Brian the Brain, that's his pick. If O'Malley's been over there with the daddies, with the Nelk boys, smoking too much weed, I think he refocuses himself. He's, I think that he plays hard, but he trains hard, right? He smokes that weed, he parties hard, but he trains hard in the meantime. Just like the Diaz brothers, they party, but they work hard at their craft. Merab by plus submission is plus 1,600, Brian. That is a fucking nice number. That is a fucking great number right there. I don't think he gets it, but that's a sprinkle. You know what I mean? Sprinkle. Throw $10 on it, you win 160. Throw 20, you win that 340, whatever it is. It's worth it. I mean, it's worth a potential stab at that price because it's potential. He's got to get a takedown. Like Merab averages, what is takedown average? 6.43 per fight. That's insane. I think that's the best in UFC history. I think he has the best takedown average out of all the UFC fighters ever, right? So he is going to get a takedown, but he just doesn't do enough sometimes with those takedowns. And O'Malley is not the type to just shrimp up and just lay there. But Merab does hit hard, and he hits hard. His ground and pound is friggin' insane. So I still think that, I'd love the favor of the wrestler here, but Sean O'Malley's takedown defense, he's gonna, just sprawl and brawl. He's gonna avoid damage on the ground, but if he gets hurt early and Merab seizes that momentum, it's going to be problems for Sean O'Malley. This is a nightmare. This is worst case scenario for Sean O'Malley. He's the best striker, one of the best strikers in the division, facing the best wrestler, one of the best wrestlers in all of the UFC. So this is Merab's opportunity, for that price, just a Merab money line. He's only plus 110. Wow. That submission chase. And they have O'Malley TKO plus 150, so they think he's going to knock him out. Nobody's knocked out Merab. He lost by the submission, Ricky Simon. Never been knocked out, man. Guy's got a chin. So Brian, I'm not necessarily with you with that sub, but I think it's a good lottery ticket play. Throw your $10 at it. Forget about it. Win a little money here, there on that, and let it be. Another one where, I think building parlays in this thing is risky, but it's still good value in terms of what you're getting for your bets. So you could parlay all these people. You parlay dogs if you wanted to. You could parlay Shevcenko with Davishvili if you wanted to, right? I don't have a lot of faith in Ortega. I think this is Lopez's day. This is all about Lopez. I think Zellhuber is going to win his fight, right? So you take Zellhuber to win his, and you take Lopez, I think, is the 2-pick play, is what the 2-pick parlay is. And then you could add any dog in the 2 championship matches or favorite, and I think you're going to be ending up okay in terms of like value and making money. Right? It's a risk, but I think it's worth the shot. Do not parlay Raul Rosas Jr. at minus 850. Do not parlay Yazmin Jaurequi at minus 500. Everywhere else, you got parlay pieces. And Zellhuber, I think, is the most confident parlay piece at minus 230, right? And Lopes at minus 185. I wish Lopes shouldn't be there, but you get plus 121. You put those two either with the favorite in the final, either final, it's the same because Alexa Grasso's minus 135, Valentina's like plus 114, O'Malley's 130, right? And then Merab is plus 110. So you put them either with one of the dogs or one of the favorite, create a Trixie, or even a four pick. Is a Yankee? Is it a Yankee? And you go with that, right? Rosa's KO line. He thinks that Rosa could KO. I don't know the KO line yet. DraftKings doesn't have the KO line. He's more of a sub guy, but in Aldana is a tough guy. I think he's got a chin. Aldana is a Chinese Mongolian, I think. Is he Mongolian or Chinese? But yeah, I'm slightly favoring O'Malley to get that KO because Merab's going to present those opportunities to get knocked out. He's underestimating him. O'Malley would have been better at dog money, but I'm leaning slightly on O'Malley. But it's a no bet for myself there. There we go, guys. We've gone through the whole card. If you made it this far, you are about better. Yeah, Merab does get touched every fight, but he recovers. He recovers. He does get touched every fight, but maybe O'Malley, he's in his prime, man, or he's not even in his prime. He's like right at the beginning of his prime, right? This is his chance to cement himself. O'Malley's chance to cement himself as a Hall of Famer, one of the greats, like a legitimate great fighter. He needs this for his legacy. And he's up against, I think, the biggest challenge of his career, even more so than Aljo. I would say that Merab is a bigger threat than Aljo because Merab's wrestling is that just much better, right? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Again, if you made it this far, you are about better. I'm going to check out right here because there's only Brian in the chat so far. Let me play you some of the outro music. Bless you, D-Rest. Thank you for the music. If you guys made it this far, you are about better. I don't know why it isn't playing in the friggin'... Oh, that ain't working. Don't get it, but that's all right. That's okay. Good luck this weekend, guys. Good luck on your picks. I'm gonna not talk over the music because I think the music's gonna drown me out. But if you made it this far, you are about better. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Joey, everybody that was in here, Kamawamo, Elliot Huff. Good luck this weekend. Welcome, Bout Betters. If you made it this far, you are about better.